Hey, it has been a while since I've been on here, but I just wanted to get in touch with everybody and see how much fun you're having with your homeschooling. I have been watching on the Hallmark Channel Who Calls the Heart, and I keep being reminded of project-based learning because the teacher on there, Elizabeth, not Thatcher, this is Elizabeth Thornton. I've watched it from the beginning, and I love that show. I love that series. But lately, she has been um, discovering project-based learning and practicing it with her class, and she's even written a curriculum for it and everything. And that, as I'm watching that, I'm like, oh yeah, project-based learning is wonderful. And we did some of that as we were homeschooling. I'm pretty much done now. I don't like to be done with homeschooling, but until my grandkids get my one grandchild so far, until I can homeschool my grandchildren, I'm pretty much done homeschooling hands-on myself. But I still love it. I still want to encourage other homeschool moms to stay with it. And this is one of the things that I thought was just so effective in our homeschooling and homeschooling for anybody who, wants to shake things up a little bit, add some life to their lessons and to what they're doing in their routine. Um, Project-based learning is just so good, and there are so many benefits of using projects and having your children do projects, having them do projects together as a family. One benefit is they develop ingenuity and out of the box thinking. And this goes along with problem solving. When they take on a project, they may come up against something they've never done before. They may have to figure out how to do something new. They develop skills that will probably be needed in real life. This gives them a chance to create a product, something to show for their efforts. My son actually built 2 computers. He just took that on himself and he was able to do it. I don't know how. Don't ask me. He built one for himself and then he gave that one to his dad and built another one for himself. Another benefit of project-based learning is they can develop self-confidence. They will feel accomplished and successful. They can proudly display and tell about what they produced. They may produce something they can sell and make some money that way. You can encourage an entrepreneurial mindset using project-based learning. They become more willing to try something even bigger, more complex, or advanced. A third benefit of project-based learning is that they might identify a career or calling while they're working on a project. By following their interests and what delights them, you may discover the career or calling they are to prepare for, or at least identify a lifelong hobby that will make their future more happy and fulfilling. Another benefit is this makes homeschooling sustainable, fulfilling, and effective. When your homeschool experience is enjoyable for you and your children, it's easier to keep going all the way through. You don't get burnout, and neither do your kids. If they feel successful, feel like they're producing something of value or useful, they will be more likely to stay engaged and want to continue homeschooling. The learning that happens sticks. They never forget things they have used all their senses to experience. And some ways to get started with project-based learning is brainstorm with them to think of projects. Help them to think about what they would like to do, what they would like to make, build, just do more of. Another thing to do to get started is to provide time and freedom. My one son learned how to manipulate the bow staff. He got a book that had the instructions for how to spin it and how to all the different things that he was able to do with it. And he did it even though his elbows because of arthrogryposis. He was born with arthrogryposis, and his elbows don't bend all the way. This one elbow has like 90 degrees, and the other elbow has a little bit more bend. But he was able to do the bow staff and all of the moves and everything. And he just learned it from a book. Amazing. Using the Charlotte Mason principle of masterful inactivity, which is wise and purposeful letting alone, and having offensive authority in place, you can just provide them the freedom to learn something that, you know, it might be just way off of the beaten path. It might be something you never thought of anybody wanting to learn, but you give them time and freedom, and you will be amazed at the things that they can do. Another thing to do to get started with project-based learning is provide opportunities. And there are so many ways to get into something that will help them to work on projects, like 4-H, dance class, acting classes. I have a son who did both of those, who did dance class and acting classes. He learned ballroom dancing. Boy, I'm talking about my sons a lot. And those are 3 different sons. Sewing, theater, and there's another son, the same one who built the computers. He did theater. I wish he had done more of it, but he did it for one season. I loved it. Time to perform a play. They can perform a play at home. They can put it all together and work with their brothers and sisters to put on a play, and even friends. We did that too. We did the Wright brothers, and that was so fun. Or a talent show at home. A lemonade stand. We did that. A fundraiser for a good cause. Build a treehouse. My oldest son and his friend built a treehouse. Build a building. We didn't do any of that, but that would be fun. Take apart old appliances, try to fix them, teach them life skills, plan an event, start a club. My daughter, Anna, started a club when she was about 12, I think, and the girls in the neighborhood came, and it had a little, not Bible story, but it was a Christian club, and she was amazing. They did a little project, a little craft each time. That was all her idea, and she did almost all of that herself. And another thing you can do to start with project-based learning, project-based homeschooling, is provide supplies and support. See yourself as a facilitator. Don't take it on as your own project. Let them do as much as they can on their own. Research and everything. Don't belittle, discourage, or criticize their ideas. Take it as seriously as they do. Be ready to comfort if things don't go as planned. We had some of those projects go awry when a fish died. Well, several fish died. But to give them independence, and you help them to not be afraid to try new things, which is an important thing for them to learn. And another thing to do or not to do when you are starting project-based learning is don't insist on extreme tidiness, especially with a creative child. Give them a space that is their own, that can stay messy and out of your sight if that bothers you. And that was never really anything that bothered me very much. I'm kind of a messy myself, so I didn't really have that problem. I did, when things got too bad, then I would kind of woo, and we'd have to clean that. But anyway, those are things to think about with project-based learning. If you want to learn more about that, Dr. Raymond Moore he wrote about that. He's been gone for a while. He's like the grandfather of homeschooling. But he has a book called, yeah, he has a book called Effective Homeschool Families. I can't think of the first part of it. Wow, I say it all the time. But right now I can't think of it. Look up Dr. Raymond Moore, and on Amazon you should be able to find him and find his books. Maybe I could do that right now, local. Okay, Amazon tab here. Dr. Raymond Moore. The Successful Homeschool Family Handbook. The subtitle, A Creative and Stress-Free Approach to Homeschooling by Dr. Raymond and Dorothy Moore. Okay, I don't even know where my tab is now. Here I am. Okay, I'm experiencing performance issues, but that's all right. So, he talked about project-based learning a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of other books you could find about that. And if you have any questions that I could answer, maybe you can ask them here in the group. It's good to see you all again, and I will talk to you later.